Okay, welcome back to our economics class session number 1 today. So hopefully we are going to complete the last and final chapter from our textbook statistics. And yesterday we started and discussed some various aspects related with the index numbers. Okay. I'm Joe, Ashish and Aditya. Please turn on your camera. And related with that index number, some students ask some doubts. So it is the time to solve that problem. Okay. So we are going for a small discussion related with the same chapter, the index numbers. First of all, we want to understand the concept. What is this index number? Okay. So index number is it's a value basically using it to compare the differences between one year to the another one. Okay, so basically differences we are going to calculate. So differences in the sense, we know that in economics changes are inevitable, unavoidable, right? Always changes we are able to observe in the field of income of the people, production of different firms, price differences in wholesale dealers and their purchasing capacity. Okay, differences in retail prices of the commodities. Clear? Everything we are able to identify. Okay, but if you are using the entire data for identification, so for example, we are comparing 2 years, 2010 and 2020. Clear or not? It is difficult to fetch the information for almost all the items from 2010. Difficult, right or not? Okay, clear. So for understanding the differences, we are not going to analyze the entire data, but with a single value, we are going to understand, or we are going to create a sense. Okay, something is increased, or something it is decreased, value of something is increased or value of something is decreased. Related with that increase or decrease, we have to plan for the future. Clear or not? So we have to take policies and programs. Basically governments will do that. Clear? So price of the commodities increased. Example 2010 we are taking as a base year here. Okay, 2010 is the base year. Clear? Now we collected data from 2010, price of different commodities, Okay, next we will find out the data of the current year, price of different commodities in 2020, and we will compare both these data. Clear or not? Okay, then finally through that index number we will come to know that price of the commodities are increased. Basically we are using a percentage method to calculate this index number. Percentage. Okay, so and so, or this much percentage it is increased, 100% hike, a 25% hike, a 20% hike, or a 10% hike. We are able to understand that, right? Clear or not? So basically if the price of the food items are increased like anything, so basically we know that weight of the food items what we are purchasing related with our what we can say purchasing capacity or money that what we are spending is more, right? Example 100 rupees if you are spending, as per the economical data we can say that nearly 45 to 50% of our income we are spending to purchase food items. Clear or not? It is related with the not with the millionaires. Okay, for the common people I am speaking. Clear? The workers or laborers, nearly more than 50 to 55% money or their income they will spend on food items. So if the government came to know that there is 100% hike in the price of the food items, okay, quantity, I mean here weight means the quantity purchased. That's what the weight of the items comparing with other items. Clear or not? So some items we are purchasing 2 quantity, some items, example coming to food items we will purchase it is 10 quantities or 100 quantities or something like that. Clear? So weight of the item is related with the quantity that what we are purchasing. Clear? That's called the weighted index number. Okay, weighted average. We already studied that, right? in mathematics, I think so. Okay, so that's what we are using this method to analyze. So finally, the index number says that a 200% of hike means what is that? A very problematic condition now. Okay, so related with the price of the commodities, the income of the workers also want to increase, then only they can meet that expense, right? Yes or no? Or else they cannot do that. So in 2010, price of 1 kilogram of rice it is 20, and 2020 it is increased to 40. Clear? 100% increase, right? Okay, doubled that. The price of the commodity is doubled. So income of the consumer in that 2010 it is just 100 rupees, and it in 2020 also 100 rupees. Then what will happen here? The quantity purchased by the consumer will reduce into half. Clear or not? Because price increased into, I mean, a double hike. Okay, clear on 100% increase in the price, his income not increased, so he want to reduce the quantity of the commodity, right? Then only here he is able to live. Clear? Or else it will create a huge burden for that particular individual. So government came to know the situation, then government will suggest a hike of salary or wages is necessary. Clear or not? Understand the idea now? So this is called to be the use of this is the benefit of index numbers. Basically we are using to create plans and programs for the future or for the present. Clear or not? Okay, so price of the commodities increased, so the government came to know that it is important to improve the salary or wages of the workers, then only they are able to purchase these products. If purchasing capacity of the people reduces, basically we know that production also will reduce, right? Yes or no? Production will reduce. It will create a problem for the GDP of the country. Gross domestic product will reduce. Clear? So it is the responsibility of the government to increase the income or wages or salary. Related with that, aggregate demand for commodities also will increase. If it is not so, it will not increase. The country will face a trouble in its GDP growth. GDP growth. Hope this idea is clear now. Right? This is what the importance of the index number. Through this index number, we are able to analyze the differences of price for different commodities into different years. Okay, so the past year is considering as the base year. Okay, the present one is considering as the current year. Clear? The past year, where we are, which year we are comparing with. Okay, so we are comparing with the 2010. So that is the base year. Clear? And in 2021, it is the current year. Understanding or not? That idea clear or not? Okay. But sometimes we will not, we are unable to calculate the differences between a year that is 1947 or 2021. We will not choose such kind of years there, because a huge difference we are able to find. Okay, clear or not? The calculation will go wrong. Okay, it will go wrong, definitely it will. Okay, because the commodity that used by the people in that period, it will not match with the commodity that what we are using today. Clear? At the same time, a huge difference of difference in index number also we are able to find. So we will use that years, okay, or years with a huge gap in between. Clear or not? So just understand these things there. So this is what the importance of index numbers. Okay, so going for a simple explanation for this parts there, and today we want to do some calculations for understanding there. Okay, so we know that what are the index numbers and what are the uses of index numbers there. Okay, I already told you to underline this area here. An index number is a statistical device for measuring changes in the magnitude of group of related variables. Clear? So magnitude of change, how much change happened, what the rate of change. Clear? Magnitude, the size of the change. We want to understand the size of the change. Okay, for that we are using the index number. Okay, so there are number of utilities are there with index number, where can here we can use the index numbers. Okay, for individual, schools, hospitals. Okay, an index number also measures changes in the value of the variables such as prices to a specified list of commodities, volume of production. Okay, and different sectors of an industry. So production, the magnitude of change in the production sector also we are able to find. Magnitude of change in the production, In the base year, production is that much. Okay, example 100 kilogram, and in the present year that increased into 200 kilogram. Clear? So the index number is able to say the difference. Are you able to understand that? So the index number for the production between 2 years, it is 100, means production is doubled there, right? That is the meaning. Okay, so with that simple number we are able to analyze the situation. Clear? Okay, so that's what we are using index number. Okay, so just underline those things there. Now here you can see index numbers are expressed in terms of percentage. Another importance, what is that? Index numbers are expressing in percentage. Okay, the value in the base period is given in the index number. For example, base period is considering as P0. It is considering as, here it is 100. Okay, if you want to know how much the price has changed in 2005 from the level of 1919, then 1919 become the base year. Clear? Clear or not? So 1990, the past year is considering as the base year. Okay, the present year is considering as the current year. The index number of any period is in the proportion with it. Thus an index number of 250 indicates that the value is 2.5 times that of the base period. So P1, the value increased to 250, right? Clear or not? So we can say that 2.5 times the price is increased. Clear or not? Yes or no? So index number is able to speak about that. Okay, so index number is 250. Okay, so we don't know the value. In base year it is only 100. So index number today it is now it is 250. So a hike it is 2.5% or 2.5 times the price increased. Okay, so easily we are able to calculate. So price index numbers measures. So here we are using the term here price index numbers. Something is related with the price of different commodities. So if you are taking 1990 as a base year, we are comparing the value of goods in 1990 and 2021. Okay, so if it is 100, 150 or that like numbers came, so we are easily understand that the price of the commodity or the specified commodity is increased, though price index number are the mostly widely used method to analyze the price differences between different commodities. Okay, it is the indicator of the level of the output in the economy. Indicator, so index number that indicating something, that showing something. Okay, giving us a signal. Okay, this is the thing happened there. So as per that we are able to plan. Okay, next one, the method to construct an index number. What method we are using to construct an index number? Different equations are there. So there's a trouble with the equation in index numbers. Okay, so the equations what we are using in this chapter, it is not universally accepted formulas. Clear or not? So we know already said about arithmetic mean, median, mode. Okay, such kind of equations are universally accepted. International equations they are. But these equations related with this index numbers are considering as some equations that not have any international acceptance. Clear? So sometimes the value will go wrong, and here the perfect calculation is needed, it is required, or else the entire perception and their idea will change to something else. Clear or not? Instead of a positive value, the answer is a negative one, means entirely the things goes wrong there. Clear? So mostly the governments are using this method to analyze the condition of the country related with the price of different commodities, and the governments will use it to prepare plans and programs for the present year and for the future. Clear? Related with the income of the individuals and the price of the commodities. Okay, here first of all we used a method there. In the following section, the principles of constructing an index number will be illustrated through a price index number. So this method, example 1, okay, it's a simple aggregative price index. Okay, here there is no commodity and its weight is mentioned, right? Quantity is there, quantity of the commodity is mentioned here. No, only price of the commodity for a single unit we can analyze like that. Clear or not? So base period price of one commodity A, it is 2 rupees and the current period it is 4 rupees, for example, right? So what is the percentage change here? What is the percentage change here? So the base period, current period it is 4 and the base period it is 2 multiplied by 100. Clear? That is the equation to find out that. So 2, 2. Okay, so we got a 200 minus 100. So what is the answer here? 100% change is there. Doubled, right? Yes or no? 100% change means the price of the commodity doubled. Clear? Okay, just keep that idea in your mind. So by seeing, someone says that, 1 minute. Okay, what happened? Give me a moment. Okay, all of you please turn on your camera. Dean sir is online. So just give me a moment. I will take that again. Okay, so small technical error. 1 minute. Okay, just check that example there. Can you hear me? Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now observe here. So always we are using this technique to understand the differences between, okay, the past and the present year here. Okay, so someone's told you that the percentage change, that index number is 100 for one particular product. Just say A is gold. A is gold. The product A, that is gold. So someone says that the difference between 1919 and 2021. So index number of gold, it is 100. Okay. So what do you want to understand from that statement? The price doubled. Price doubled. Clear or not? Is that idea clear or not? So this is what the simple logic to analyze the index number. So basically index numbers we are using to compare the price of a commodity or a group of commodities from the base year to the present year. Clear? Okay. So if 100 is this price index for gold, okay, for the years 1990 and 2021, which means what is that? How much percentage of the price is increased? 100%. Doubled. The price doubled. Is that idea clear now? Yes or no? Okay, fine. Moving forward. Okay, so coming to second commodity, commodity B. Okay, say it is rice. Okay, commodity 2 is our commodity B is rice here. So base period price 90. The price is 5 and 2021 the price is 6. Okay, so someone told you that the price index is 20 for rice from 1990 to 2020. So we want to understand that the percentage change is 20% of the price is increased. Clear or not? From the base year, a 20% hike. Okay, so just this percentage changes are there, we are able to find out the price of the current year, right? Only the base year is there and the percentage change is provided in the table, we are able to find out the price of the current year, right? Yes or no? Simple calculation is enough for that. Okay, so understand that that is one utility of this index number. Basically we are using to find out the differences between the base year, I mean the difference of the price from the base year and the current year. Is that idea clear? Clear or not? Hello, can you hear me? Okay, any doubts are there now? Aditya, can you hear me? Aditya? Okay, Aishwarya, is that idea clear?
Yes, sir.
So this is what we can say the utility of a price index. Okay, price index there. Okay, now we are moving forward. Just observe clearly. Okay, next one, aggregative method. So here one problem is there, right? What is the problem here? Okay, what is the problem here? What is the problem? We want to compare almost all the products there, right or not? Every product we want to list it and want to find out the difference between these products there. Okay, so it is not that easy, easy. So we are going for another method. It's called to be the aggregative methods there. So this equation to find out the price index in aggregative method is P01 is equal to sigma P1 divided by sigma P0 into 100. So this equation is too important. I already told you that equations what we are using in index numbers to find out the index numbers, it is not universally accepted equations or formulas. Okay, clear or not? Sometimes chances are there for error, so accurate calculation is necessary. So P01, okay, so price index from the base year to the current year, the equation is sigma P1, okay, the entire value of the goods in the current year, present year, I mean the current year, divided by sigma P0, I mean the past year, okay, the base year. P0 value, it is the past year's value, multiply by 100, this is the equation. So we are using the same table here, right? So base period prices are there, current period prices are also mentioned in the table. Okay, so it is sigma P1, so base period and current period. So P1, it is the, you can see, current year, okay, and P0 is the base year, okay. So we using this method. What is the method? The aggregative method. We are calculating all together and just going for an assumption that how much percentage or what percentage change is there, what is the price index of the aggregate, I mean all these products all together. Okay, so we wrote 4 plus 6 plus 5 plus 3. Okay, that current period price of different commodities. What are the commodities? A, B, C, D. So 4, 6, 5, 3. Clear? That is sigma P1. The value is the sigma P1 divided by P0 values. Okay, that is sigma P0. So you want to calculate, we want to add all together. 2 plus 5 plus 4 plus 2. Okay, 2 plus 5 plus 4 plus 2 multiply by the number 100. So that's what P01 is equal to sigma P1 divided by sigma P0 into 100. Clear? So after calculation, we got it is 138.5 minus 100. Simply we can say that the price index of this product, it is 38.5%. 38.5% is the price index. So from base year, 38.5% of the price or that much price variation is there, that much price is hiked, increased, price increased for 38.5%. Is that idea clear or not? Okay, so this is called to be the aggregative price index calculation. So just go for a simple calculation, write down. So go for the same table, commodities are the same but the numbers are different here. Then tell me the answer. Here instead of these numbers I am writing 10, 20, 30 and 40 for simple calculation, and the price will increase to 20, 30, 40 and 50. So find out the percentage change, not for the single data but for the aggregate one. Okay, aggregate one. So what do you want to do here? What do you want to do here? The equation is there. You want to apply these numbers in that equation. P01 is equal to sigma P1 divided by sigma P0 into or multiply by 100 here. So come on, fast. Give me the answer. So P01 is equal to, first of all, it is P1, right? So current price divided by P0, the base year price of the commodity. Okay. P0, again remember, it is the base period price, and P1 it is the current year price. So equation P01 is equal to sigma P1 divided by sigma P0 multiplied by 100. So rewrite 20 plus 30 plus 40 plus 50 divided by 10 plus 20 plus 30 plus 40 multiplied by 100. So tell me what is the aggregate price index here? Come on, fast. What is the aggregate price index? Pardon?
140.
140 minus 100, right?
140 minus 100. So there's a rise in 40%.
40%, correct. So hike is a 40%, right? Everyone got the same answer? Just check it. Their answer is correct or not? Aparna?
Yes,
Amalraj, send me the answers there. I want to see the steps too, right? Okay, so don't make any error in the calculation. Okay, if you are making error in the calculation, the aggregate value will change. Okay, come back. So tell me, Elvina, the answer is correct, Elvina?
Yes, sir.
Okay, 40. So the calculation is okay. So that is the hike is a 40%. 40%. Clear? Okay. So here's a trouble with this aggregative method. What is the problem here? Okay, it cannot say the different of price for a particular commodity. Altogether we are able to find the change here. Okay, but it is not possible to find out the price difference for one particular commodity or one individual item. It is impossible, right? So we are using another method to calculate, basically termed as weighted one. Okay, here you can. So here is the problem, just write down the trouble with the aggregative method, the drawback. Do you know that such an index is a limited use? So this is a limitation of the aggregative method. Write the question there. What are the limitations of using aggregative method to find out the price index? The reason is that the units of measurement of prices of various commodities are not the same, right? Okay, here the unit, underline that, unit of measurement of prices of various commodities are not the same. It is unweighted. The units are not the same because the relative importance of the items has not been properly reflected. So from this single digit, we are unable to find out the changes of price for a particular or an individual item. The items are treated as having equal importance or weight. So in this system we give equal importance for all items, or same importances are there for all these items there. In reality, the items purchased differ in order of importance. Okay, so we know that related with the time, fashion, trends, the importance for different items will change. Clear or not? Basically, in summer season, we will give preference for ice cream, but not for sweaters, right? Clear or not? But in winter season, we will give preference for sweaters, but not for ice creams. So, changes of price we are able to observe related with the season, I mean time. Clear or not? Fashion, trend. Okay, so that already we studied in economics, right? Microeconomics, we studied that. Okay, number of factors are there. It is able to make changes in the price of the commodities, okay. So it is important to find out the difference of prices, okay, by using another one method. We are going to that. So you are to understand here, in reality the items purchased differ in order of importance. Food items occupy a large proportion of our expenditure. So here it is, the textbook makers giving importance for the workers, okay, the middle class people, not related with what we can say, the ultra rich people, or the rich people, or what you can say that high middle income group people, okay. So just related with the workers or industrial workers, okay, casual laborers. In that sense we can say that basically spending, that people spending money mostly for food, okay. Food items occupy a large proportion of our expenditure. In that case, an equal rise in the price of an item with a large weight, okay, the quantity that what we are purchasing, that's what the weight here, and that of an item with a low weight, the quantity of the product is comparatively lesser than that of other items. Clear or not? So the commodity with high weight in the sense, what is that? We are purchasing more quantity of that product. Low weight in the sense, comparatively the quantity of the product that what we are purchasing is less. Is that idea clear? Okay, that's what weighted, that's what we are using the term here, weighted, weight of the commodity, quantity that what we are purchasing from the market. Okay, so here what we observed here, basically we are spending more money to purchase what items? Food items, right? Comparing with others, the weight of food items are higher. Clear? Okay. Okay, so in that case, an equal rise of the price of an item with a large weight and that of an item with a low weight will have different implications for the overall change in the price index. So if we are using this aggregative method, we are unable to find out the differences or difference between two products, okay, and its price index. So we are using the formula for weighted aggregative price index. So we are using another method. What is that? Weighted aggregative price index to find out the price change, okay, change of price for two different commodities. Okay, so an index number becomes a weighted index when the relative importance of item is taken care of. Underline that. So an index number becomes a weighted index when the relative importance of an item is taken care of. So we want to compare the difference between different items in the same data set. Okay, so the equation to find out the weighted aggregative price index, it is P01 is equal to sigma P1 Q0. So we know that P1, P indicating the price and Q is for quantity. So sigma P1 Q0, price for the current year multiplied by quantity purchased in the base year divided by sigma P0 Q0. What is that? Quantity purchased in the past, I mean the base year, multiplied by price of the commodity in the past year, I mean the base year, multiplied by 100. So write down the equation here. The weighted aggregative price index, it is P01 is equal to sigma P1 Q0 divided by sigma P0 Q0 into 100. So economics student know that P always will, P denote the price of the commodity. Okay, P0 means a base year's price, P1 means a current year's price. Clear? Okay. Q0 quantity, Q is quantity, Q0 means a quantity purchased in the base year, Q1 means quantity purchased in the current year. Okay, understanding or not? Is that idea clear or not? Amal Raj, that idea clear? Amal?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, fine. So moving forward, so remember, this is the equation to find out the weighted aggregative price index. P01 is equal to sigma P1 Q0 divided by sigma P0 Q0 into 100. So remember, in the first step it is a sigma P1 Q0 divided by not sigma P0 Q1, it is P0 Q0 only. Clear? So price we are, quantity we are taking from the base year, quantity from the base year. Okay. So what is the importance of this type of calculation? So we know that when the price of a commodity increasing, okay, normally in economics what will happen? In market what will happen? Elvina, price of the commodity increasing or it is increasing. What will happen in the market?
The demand also decreased.
Demand of that product will decrease, right? Next, any other things are there? If you want to purchase the same quantity of the product that we purchased in the past, you want to spend more money, right? Yes or no? Okay, demand will decrease. That is a reality there. The same time, one more thing you want to think. What is that? For some commodities are there very important for we people, right or not? What is that? Food items, right? Okay, we are unable to reduce that like anything. Limitations are there. Limitations are there. Understand? So we want to spend more money. We want to spend more money. Clear? That is the problem with. So I hope that these ideas are clear. What is aggregative price index and what is weighted aggregative price index? Clear or not? Okay. Has you any doubts? The ideas are
No,
clear.
sir.
No. Okay, fine. So moving forward. Okay, here weights are quantity weights, underline that. So weights are, what kind of weights are that? Quantity weights. To construct a weighted aggregative index, a well specified basket of commodities is taken and its worth each year is calculated. Clear or not? So to find out the changes of different items, okay, basically related with the food items, we wanted to create a bundle, a basket. Clear? Clear or not? So consumer always will prefer or purchase the most important product what he want. Clear? So by an economical survey or a sample survey, easily we are able to find out the most important product a consumer purchase. Right or not? Can we? Okay, we are going to different houses and asking them. Already we studied that. Okay, using of statistical tools there. With the sample survey, we are able to find out that information. Clear or not? That is easily available. So government using that set of data to analyze. Okay, here to construct a weighted aggregative index, a well specified basket of commodities is taken. Well specified, almost all the necessary items will be there in that basket. Okay, is taken and its worth each year is calculated. So the value of that product will calculate every year. It is increasing or decreasing every year, it will be calculated. It thus measures the changing value of a fixed aggregate of goods since the total value changes with a fixed basket. The change is due to price change. Various methods of calculating a weighted aggregative index use different baskets with the respect of time. Clear? So just remember this. Okay, what kind of change we are able to find here? Every year we will calculate. So you can see that the base year, take it as 1990, take it as 2020, okay, take it at 2021, go for 2030, okay, something like that. So price of the commodities are increasing. As a result of that, the size of the basket is reducing. You notice that? Notice it or not? Yes. Okay, what is the reason behind this? Price of the commodities is increasing, the size of the basket is reducing. Why it is so? Okay, those who are able to give the answer when price is there for them. Why it is so? What is the reason behind that? Come on fast. What, Aditya? Aditya, come on fast. Tell me.
There is no change in the.
There is no change in the.
There is no change in the.
Oh, it's not clear, Aishwarya. Come on, come on. Sorry, Aditya, you are almost near the answer. Come on fast. There is no change in the.
The person.
Sorry, I can't hear. It's trouble there. Okay. So listen. Any others are there?
There's no change in the income of the person.
This told the same, I think. There is no change in the income of the individuals. The income is not increased. Income not increased. So both are, this is the price here. Okay. So Aditya told the same. Okay. So listen carefully. So here in this case, basket, the products in the baskets, it is reducing because the price is increasing. Okay, which means that salary or wages of the individual is not increasing. So it is not possible for the consumer to purchase the products. Okay, so I'm going to wind up the session now. We will meet in the next class. Okay everyone, thank you very much.